Welcome and thank you for joining us for Faith Journeys, part of our series, Still Speaking with Ivanhoe Church. Our aim is to nurture faith through conversation. We believe that every life offers a unique and valuable story, and that our stories bind us as a community and help us to connect with God's story. As you experience stories of those who discovered faith in God through an encounter with Jesus Christ, you may discover insights that help you respond to how God is calling you in your life. We are Kelly and Barry, hosts of this conversation series. Turning to today's guest, I'd like to begin to ask you to share a bit about yourself. So would you please introduce yourself and tell us a little about you?
Well, I'm Marilyn Gillies, born and raised in Lake County,
Where in Lake County were you raised?
in Mundelein.
In Mundelein.
Mhm.
Okay.
All my life I've been in Mundelein. And, I went to Gilmer School, which was a little school on Gilmer Road,
The one-room
one-room school, the same school my father went to. And then they built a new school when I was in second grade. And that was still a one-room school, but we had bathrooms. We didn't have an outhouse.
Wow.
And that building is still there.
We had two members of this church, Roger Evans, who has since
I know
passed,
Roger.
and then Sharon Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And you knew both of them?
Yeah, I knew both of them.
Yeah.
Sharon's mother and I worked together at Condell
Okay.
for years.
Small world.
Yeah, and we lived on the farm. My dad was born on Gilmer Road right where you see that little cow standing out in the front yard. There's a little cow across from.
Yes.
He was born in that brick house. And next to it was him and Stock Electric.
Okay.
And then we lived on a farm, and I was raised on a farm until 7th grade. And then we moved to Diamond Lake. And I went to Diamond Lake School.
Okay.
And from Diamond Lake School, I went to Libertyville High School, which was the first time I ever rode on a bus, because we always walked everywhere. Okay. And 4 years of fun, lots of hard work.
Yeah.
And in 1950, I put on my sister's best clothes and got dressed up and went toddling down to Condell on Stewart Avenue, walked from school down Stewart, and applied for a job. And I worked 3 days in the kitchen. I said, I don't like this working in the kitchen. I want to work on people. I went,
Mm-hmm.
Well, so she let me do that. I was able to give them water and back rubs and stuff. That not real fancy stuff, or hard stuff. And I worked for them for Condell for 35 years after some schooling. I had to go to school. And got married, and I had 5 kids.
So can you go back a little bit? What about your parents?
Oh, Mom and Dad. Dad worked for the County Highway Department for, I think, 60 years.
Wow.
And Mom was a homemaker. She didn't work. But she did, well, what I say was she didn't work. She did ironing for other people. Washing and ironing for people.
And then how many siblings did you have?
I had 4. I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay.
I had one sister died, so I really had 3 sisters, but I didn't know her. She died before I was born.
Okay.
But Stanley and Kenny are both gone.
Mm-hmm.
But my 2 sisters are still alive, one in New York and one in Lake Villa. And
do you see them often?
I don't see Janet, the one from New York, for the last year. She hasn't come because her husband is not well. So she don't want to leave him. So she doesn't come. But she used to come on the train. And then my son Matt would pick go to the Chicago to pick her up at the train. Or sometimes she was able to get a train and come out to Libertyville, and then I'd pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
But Elaine lives in Lake Villa, and I see her often, and we talk, 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
Is she married?
She's a
Elaine.
widow.
Uh-huh.
She's a widow.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have children?
Yeah, she had 3 kids.
So you have quite a large extended family too.
My sister in New York, she had 3 children. One's very active on the fire department, and he lived in Hungary.
Oh,
So he was over there for several years,
oh wow.
and then he went to Turkey and worked too for the government. And then she had a daughter that became a doctor. She ended up being a major in the Army. She just retired a year ago. And then her other daughter, she was what Jerry used to say. He had 2 brainy kids and one with curly hair. And she was the curly-haired one. She lives in Washington.
Oh, that's funny. So, when you were a kid, and you had your interest in school, and you went to Condell. So, what type of schooling did you take after you started working at Condell?
To become an LPN.
Okay.
Miss Ike was our anesthesiologist then, and she said, "You're going because you're good at your work."
Mm-hmm.
And so she took me. She drove me to school. She drove me and took care of me and made sure I got my studies, and she was great.
And then you practiced being an LPN for how many years?
Let's see, it would have been 31 years.
And then after Condell, where did you go? Or what did you do?
At one point, and when I was working at Condell, the nurses went on strike up at Winchester House, and they were calling for any hospital that could let go some of the people to come and take over. And I worked up at Winchester House almost 1 year, 360 days I worked. I couldn't leave. I couldn't work any longer than that, or I'd lose my seniority at Condell.
Oh, okay.
So I worked nights, and that was an experience.
Yeah.
And where is Winchester House?
It was on Winchester Road, the big county nursing home.
Is that where the county facilities are? Road
Public
maintenance.
Works.
Public
Yeah.
Works now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they knocked it down a few
it's
years
gone
ago.
down.
Yeah,
And now Thrive, that's down here on 45,
took over.
took over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sad when they knocked that thing
Yes,
down,
I was
wasn't it?
real sad. And my dad worked at right next door, at where Public Works, well, it was Lake County Highway Department, Public Works, I guess you call it.
Okay.
So, a question about his working there. You had mentioned that you grew up on a farm. Was he maintaining the farm simultaneously?
Him and Grandpa maintained the farm, and then he worked besides.
So which farm did you grow up on?
Indian Creek Road.
Okay.
Down on Indian Creek Road, there was the first farm you came to on the left-hand side was the Ivanhoe farm.
Okay.
The next farm was ours.
Ah, okay. I know where that is.
Mm-hmm. It's not there. There's silos there still standing, but the house is gone. And
a lot of birds love living in those silos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we worked hard on the farm. We had to work as kids too. I mean, like pulling mustard out of the oats.
Right.
That's an awful job.
Did you have livestock also?
Oh yeah, we had cows and horses, king and queen. That was a team. We had a team, and then there was Dr. Pope was a doctor from Chicago that had horses, and he boarded them at our place.
Okay. Did you have chickens then also?
Chickens and pigs and
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah,
The
we
whole
had
thing.
it was a regular farm, you know.
Wow. So did you ever take those animals to the Lake County
No,
Fair?
no, we never did.
Okay.
I, I suppose I don't even know if they had animals then
Yeah, I don't know.
on the fair.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have 4-H in high school?
I went to 4-H,
Mm-hmm.
and Mrs. Kane was our 4-H leader,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a skirt, and it was supposed to be a broomstick skirt. The broomstick skirt? Do you know what it was?
No.
It was
No.
just a skirt that was kind of flared, you know, just
Oh, like a broom.
it was like a circle.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well, one side hung way down on that one side, and the other side hung. Boy, I really screwed that up.
So you never modeled it?
No, I was so embarrassed.
So you decided sewing wasn't your cup of tea?
No, and cooking was. Then I took in high school. I took
Home ec
cooking.
or
Home ec.
cooking. Yeah. So was your mom a good cook?
Yes, she was.
And did she bake well?
She baked all the time. I think that's where I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You enjoy baking, I
I
know.
do. I bake almost every day. I give it to the mailman, the garbage man, my neighbors.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I like baking.
Well, that's good because we, as Ivanhoe, actually benefit from your baking. Can you tell us a little bit about your personal faith journey? Kind of switching the topic here.
When I was 3 years old, we went to the Diamond Lake Methodist Church. My mother's family was Catholic, and my dad's family was Lutheran.
Hmm.
Well, Dad decided we were going to go to the Methodist Church. So we would go to the church, and then he would go over to Towner's. There used to be a gas station on the corner of Midlothian, 460 and Diamond Lake Road.
Mm-hmm.
And he would go over there and play pool while we were in Sunday school, and then he'd take us home again. But that's where, when I was baptized by George McGovern, who ran for president.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
All of us, he came on Sunday to our home. They used to come quite often to our home for chicken dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Mom always made chicken dinners, dumplings or whatever. There were all kinds of stuff. But so that Sunday he baptized all 5 of us kids, and Mom, she had never been baptized.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And was he affiliated with that church, or was
Yes,
he on a circuit
he
that
was a
came?
student at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and became a pastor at our church.
Hmm.
Eventually.
Wow.
Oh,
And then
boy.
he moved to, his wife didn't like him being a minister, and he went into politics after that. So,
It's a little more lucrative,
Yeah.
probably.
yeah. But I babysat his kids
Okay.
when he was a pastor there. He had 2 girls,
Mm-hmm.
Susan and Sally, and I babysat them.
Wow.
After Sunday school, he'd take me to his house. We lived on Shady Lane in Diamond Lake.
Nice.
Very interesting story.
So you went from that church, and then how did you, what journey from that
Well-
church to additional?
I was affiliated with that church most of my life until the Koreans came and they used our church.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually we got pushed out because our congregation got smaller because the people were angry about it, and they didn't come to church anymore.
Hmm.
And so we were just a handful of people. So the Methodist higher-ups, or whatever you call them, they said that the Korean church was going to take over. So we had no place to go. So the Presbyterian church on Hawley in Mundelein,
Kirk of the Lakes.
Kirk of the Lakes, they invited us to come there, and we did. We went there. and we were there for, I think, 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
close to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the high school bought that church, so then we came here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but I taught Sunday school at the Diamond Lake Church. Taught Sunday school. In fact, I was superintendent of the little kids Sunday school.
Oh, wow. Did you have a lot of children then at that time?
We didn't have a lot, maybe 20,
Okay.
which is quite a few. But
That is quite a few
yeah,
for a small church.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Nice. So, how was your faith formed? You were baptized at 3, and then how did you?
No, I was baptized older than I was.
Oh, okay.
Not 3.
Sorry.
It was when I started, but I was probably 12 or 13 when I was baptized.
Okay. And so what was your faith journey like from that time that when your dad would drop you off at Sunday school? And then as you got older and wiser and, got married and had children, what was that faith journey like for you?
Well, I wanted my kids to be, have a church. Well, it's like now, if I don't go to church on Sunday, my day is shot. I have to go.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain how I feel. It's, well, I have my faith in God, and I feel like, He's taking care of us and leads us in the right journeys, or tries to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe a church family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my dad and mom, they both ended up going to our church, the little church in Diamond Lake.
Okay.
So, I mean,
He stopped playing pool and joined you. That's
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And then where did you get married?
Well, I was married twice. I married my first husband. He was in the Air Force. And we got married in Yuma, Arizona. I flew out because he was going to Korea. And he wanted to get married before he went. So I flew out to my first time on an airplane, scared to death.
Wow. With
And
your wedding dress?
no, I wore a suit.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
have a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 1977, I married my second husband.
Okay.
And he was a great guy. And we were married at his church, the Lutheran Church in Libertyville.
Okay.
And the pastor there was also the pastor at Condell. And he came up to me one day and he says, I would like to marry you. And I said, well, you can't marry me. I said, you're married already. He said, well, I wanted to marry you and Tom. And so I said, yes. And so he married us, and Tom worked for Evanston Film and Material over on Butterfield Road, the concrete place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
Okay.
married 17 years, and he died.
Wow.
And he had 4 children, so we merged together our kids.
Nice.
So you had, did you say 5 from your?
Well, my one daughter died,
Mm-hmm.
so I had 4, and he had 4. And we didn't get together a whole lot, the kids, but every once in a while we did
Mm-hmm.
something special.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. So are they still around this area or?
Danny just died, the oldest boy.
Okay.
He just died. And John lives in Schaumburg, and I'm very close to him. His daughter lives in Missouri, and Tommy, his youngest, lives in New York.
Okay. Wow.
So I don't see the 2 of them very much.
Okay.
But
Oh.
I see John.
And then you see your kids a lot?
Well, one son lives in Florida.
Okay.
My daughter lives in Oklahoma, and Matt lives in Round Lake. So I get to see Matt
Yeah.
He had just retired from Hawthorne Woods Public Works.
Okay.
So he followed in his grandfather's
Yeah, he did.
path. Yeah.
And I remember my dad telling him, when you become a boss, don't get the big head if you become a boss. He said, don't act like you're above anybody.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
And Matt, you remembered that.
Yeah.
That was wise words. That's why he lasted there so long, probably.
Yeah, he was there a long time.
That's great.
Yeah. They had a big party for him, and I went to it.
Good for him.
Yeah. And now he's working for some G. Walt, a company in Vernon Hills. He retired, and 4 days later became a consultant for this other company.
Very smart.
Staying active. Yes.
He's only 61, so
Yeah, he's still young.
yeah.
What faith tradition do you align with spiritually now?
You talked a little bit
Yeah.
about growing up in a mixed Lutheran and Catholic home, and then going to a Methodist church, and then merging with the Kirk Presbyterians, and now
here.
here at UCC, United Church of Christ.
Well, this church is very much like our Methodist Diamond Lake Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I like it so much, because it is so, they're not strict rules like we had. There were a lot of strict rules at the Presbyterian
Mm-hmm.
church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this church, just like the Diamond Lake Church, was very casual. You just,
Can be who you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can do whatever you want. The people here are so friendly, and that was another thing. I was connected a little bit with this church before I came here,
Mm-hmm.
because my nieces and nephews were all married in this church, the Bartletts,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and my sister-in-law, Mary Ann, she goes here, so,
Mm-hmm. Which I had no idea you were, related
the Bartlett
till
My
a few
first
years
husband.
ago.
was
Yeah.
a Bartlett.
Yep. Can you tell us a little bit about that tradition that you took from the Kirk of the Lakes Presbyterian Church and you brought here? Because there is one tradition I know that you did, and you just made 170 of them.
Oh, you mean cookies?
Yes.
Well,
So tell us how that started.
I don't remember when it started, but it was soon after we came here. They had these little wafers in the paper, and I said, oh, these are like eating cardboard. I said, we have good cookies at Presbyterian, and Pastor Chris said, prove it. So I thought, okay, I'll go home, I'll make some. So I did. And I brought them to him, and we had a craft group met on Mondays.
Uh-huh.
The following Monday, I brought him these cookies. And he said, I like these. He said, these are good. He said, could you make some for communion? I said, how many do you want? He says, well, it varies, I said, 50. He says, double it. So I said, okay. So I made 100 of them. And Bill Fry, who's a member of this church,
Mm-hmm.
his wife made them for the Presbyterian church when I went there.
Oh.
So I have her recipe
Wow.
for the cookies. Now you're going to find this when we do communion this coming Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The cookies are going to be that big around.
Oh, 2 bites.
You're going to get 2 bites instead of 1.
Okay.
They're a little big. I didn't mean to do that, but
Sometimes they get bigger.
yeah. And then I make a big one about this big around for the pastor to break in half. I don't know what he does with them, or she does with them afterwards. I don't know if she eats it or what.
I believe they eat them.
Who do they?
Yes, that's the afternoon snack.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell us about this recipe.
Well, I'll tell you what it is.
Uh-huh.
It's a whole pound of unsalted butter, a cup of powdered sugar,
Mm-hmm.
and 4 cups of flour. And you mix that with the mixer, and you make these little teeny weeny little balls.
Mm-hmm.
And I lay them all out on the sheets, the cookie sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And then I press them down a little bit and take my nut pick, and make a little cross in them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I bake them at 350 for 10 minutes.
No baking soda?
Nothing.
Hmm.
That's all it's
3
in.
ingredients.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's putting those crosses on that probably takes a
Yes.
long
It takes,
time.
it takes a while. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's my own idea. They didn't do that at Presbyterian, but I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have a little cross on them?
Mm-hmm.
Makes them extra special.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is there anything else about Ivanhoe Church that might provide you sustenance or joy that you haven't mentioned yet?
You know, when I come to this church, when I pull up on Sunday morning, I get out of the car and I walk in here, I feel like I'm home. I feel like I'm safe. I'm home. That's how I feel about this church.
You have a very long time friend in Phyllis who
Yes.
you often bring with you, and
Hmm. I pick her up every Sunday.
yes.
I used to pick up Marianne too, but she moved to Vernon Hills, and I think Chris picks her up, or she comes with
Others. I
uh,
don't know who else.
somebody that lives in
Mm-hmm.
Vernon Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But this was when we were going to have to move again. I thought, now what are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
But I never really felt comfortable or right like I do here when I was in the Presbyterian, because I just, it was different.
Hmm.
They did things different, a little different, and I didn't get used to that.
Well, they're kind of a Robert's Rule of Order
Yeah,
church. You know, they have very very clear lines of governance,
Yeah.
and I think many people are drawn to that. But we tend to be a bit more fluid, and I'm glad you find comfort here.
but Janice, my daughter, when she was here from Oklahoma and came to church with me, she says, Mom, that is a great church.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And it's because of people like you.
Well, and people
Yeah.
like you,
Mm-hmm.
all of you.
So if anybody is watching this video that doesn't know you, Marilyn, what would you like them to know? What would you say to someone who's just tuning into this video and about your faith and about finding their own faith? What have you learned in the course of your life that that you would share with somebody who's searching for faith in their life?
I would tell them to definitely come to this church. Definitely. Because it's they'll find peace here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it almost makes me cry when I think about it. Coming here was the best thing I did. Because this church welcomes everyone, no matter who you are or what you are. You're welcome in this church.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always true in all churches.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't come into the doors, they can always watch us online.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was sick, I could just see it on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheila, Carrie, she wouldn't miss it. Her daughter goes every Saturday and sets her up for the
Mm-hmm.
to
Oh,
see it.
that's great.
Or she was. I'm sure she's probably still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere else. I'm not going. I'm going to stay right here.
Well, good.
Yes.
We want you to stay here.
And whoever comes to the door, I'd say, welcome, come on in. You love this church, you'll love it here.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any other thoughts, that you might want to talk about?
You know, on those Monday mornings that we had our craft group here, I used to sit at the piano downstairs and play. And one day, Pastor Chris come in. I thought, oh boy, I was playing boogie woogie or something. I thought I better not do that. And he said, keep going, keep going. He said, sounds good. Well, right then I thought, well, he's just as down to earth as we are. I didn't know him very well at that time,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I don't. It's a wonderful place.
Now, playing the piano, did you ever play the piano for any of the churches?
Oh yes,
that
I
you-
played at Diamond Lake Church. I played. We got a new organ, and Wally Rydell, Ray's father,
Oh,
he was there to accept when the guy delivered this, when the two men delivered it, and I was there making up for a Sunday school thing, and he says, the man said, well, can you play this? And my Uncle Wally, he says, no, I can't play it, but she can. So I said, well, what do you want me to play? I turned it on, and it was humming away there, and Uncle Wally's favorite song was "She's Too Fat for Me," and so I thought, oh, I'll play his favorite song. And I played the first song that was played on that organ was "She's Too Fat for Me." I don't know if you know that song, but
mm-hmm.
No.
Heard it.
it's a funny song.
Oh my gosh. So then you played the organ for,
I played the organ and I played the piano
okay.
at different times. So there were several people played, so we kind of took turns, But then I played the piano. Well, in high school, I played the clarinet, B flat clarinet, played the cello, and I played the piano. And but then a few years, 20 years ago, or now it's 22 years, I joined a group called the Kitchen Clangers. And it was a group of old people. I'm telling you, they were old. One old lady was 97. And I played the keyboard. My
Okay.
brother got me into it. He played the guitar, and we played, instruments from the kitchen. Like they banged on pots and pans,
Okay.
and I did that for 20 years. I gave it up 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't carry the keyboard anymore. It was too heavy for me. And, and all my music, because I was the leader of that group. So we went all over. We would go all over, all different towns. We even went into Wisconsin, and we charged a minimum fee. At first it was like $25, then it went up to $50, and then when I left, it was $100. But we never charged the veterans groups. We'd go over there to Great Lakes, and we went to Fort Sheridan and all these. Any veterans group, we would go and play for nothing. And we had so many people that did different things that would dress up. We had a girl she was 80, a little more than a girl. She played Carmen Miranda, and she wore a costume, and she had a hat on her top of her head with all fruit. It was the plastic
Oh,
fruit.
yeah.
She made a great big, like Carmen Miranda hat, and I played, and she danced around, and we
Oh my gosh. That sounds like fun.
we had a great time.
How many people were in that group?
We started out with 30.
Oh my.
Wow.
We had 30 people, and the oldest one was 97. The youngest was probably my brother, Kenny,
Okay.
at the time. And then little by little, they were going to the nursing homes and passing on.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried to get more people, but they were kind of afraid. They thought they had to do things special. I said, there's nothing to this. You just, in fact, about a month ago, I was in Wakanda. I went to a show and also an anniversary party. And they played at the show, at that anniversary party. And then we do things like put a half of a sun on their head, and it was on a thing, so they had this sunshine on their head. They came and put the sunshine on my head. I felt so funny about it.
They missed you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was fun.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. And I had no idea
I'll
your
have
brother
to bring.
did that too.
I'll bring the book.
Yes, you'll have
I'll
to.
bring the book and show you the pictures. You would be amazed at it.
Oh, how fun.
And then I got my son to play Santa Claus at Christmas. He would come and he would shake the bells. He got some of those nice sounding bells, and then I would get candy canes, and he'd give each person a candy cane. And if we had a visitor come, like say you had you were there and your child came and had 2 children or 3, whatever, I'd find out about it, and then I'd buy those little kids' books or something, or a little truck or a little car, a little doll or something, and then we'd put it in his sack, and then he'd go over and talk to me. And then one little girl said one time, "That is the real Santa Claus. I know that. That is the real." And she knows my name. He knew my name. That's the real one. But these people would get such a kick out of it. One lady, she hugged him and she cried. She says, "I've been looking all over for you, Santa." And he didn't know what to do. He just let her talk,
You have to.
Yeah.
So you volunteered to do a lot of things over your
I
lifetime.
never took a penny. I never took a penny for any of that. The gal that took over from me, she does. She takes money for it. But no, that was my thing.
Right. Are there any other volunteer things that you used to do?
I volunteered when I was younger. I would volunteer at the BFW. When the BFW would go over to to Fort Sharon or Great Lakes to entertain. My mother played the piano, and my uncle Johnny Selva, he played the drums, and they played for there was a couple other people, I think a saxophone or something.
Okay.
But I would volunteer and dance with the patients.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So you've lived a life of volunteering.
a lot of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way to go.
Service to others.
Yep. We used to do some fun things.
Yeah, all the while still going to church.
Yep. Well, all my friends, growing up, all went to church.
Okay.
So we had a youth fellowship group that we met every Sunday night.
And then did you do things with that group? Did you go places? Or...
Yeah, well, we did. We would go visit nursing homes and take them things like fruit or cookies. At that time, my mother baked the cookies. I probably wasn't into that yet.
You were busy
Yeah.
roller skating and going to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I've had the life I've had and the memories I have.
Yes.
And my dad was very good about telling us about things when he was growing up.
Yeah, that's great.
And Mom, too. Mom was born in Wakanda. And Grandpa Gary, my mother was a Gary, and they lived on Indian Creek Road. After they moved out of Wakanda, they moved 2 farms down on the right-hand side. And how Mom and Dad met was he used to go driving past their house like a maniac, I guess. And Grandpa Gary would say, there goes that crazy onion stuck again. And they ended up getting married.
Did he ever slow down?
Yeah, he did. I think he was trying to get her attention.
Probably. I guess he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's awesome. No, thanks for your time today
Yes.
and all the stories
Yeah.
and everything you do for Ivanhoe Church and the community.
Well, I'm getting down towards the end. I'm still with the church, but I'm getting to the end where I can't do a lot anymore.
Well, I think you deserve to retire from that.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I would like to take our little cameras out to the piano and have you play She's Too Fat for Me.
Oh, okay.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Very
Well, thank
nice.
you very much, Marilyn.
Yeah, thanks, Marilyn.
No,
Yeah.
thanks for asking me to come. All right, I'm going to play Uncle Wally's favorite song, She's Too Fat for Me.
That was awesome.
Fantastic.
I like to play this piano. You're not.
That was so good.
That was great. What was that called?
I don't know. It's just a boogie.
Pretty.
Oh,
Do you know?
okay.
But I did write a song.
Do you know Joanne Castle? Does
Yeah.
that ring a bell?
Mhm.
You remind me of her playing somehow. I grew up listening to that
Yeah,
music.
I listened to her last Saturday night.
Oh wow, wow.
The song I wrote was, let's see, gosh. No, I forgot it. My gosh, it just went out of my head.
It'll come back. Play something else.
Yeah. Just
me a song.
Gosh,
I don't
how
know.
about Maple Leaf Rag? That was very similar to the one you were playing earlier.
No, I've forgotten how it goes.
Do Amazing Grace. Do you know that
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Nice. Can you do Happy Birthday? Good, because when Holly and Lisa and Sally aren't here,
Yeah,
we got Marilyn.
that's right.
Happy birthday.
She did it for Matt.
My wrist, since I broke my wrist, it doesn't work right.
It's not working wrong, though.
That sounds great.
I already played that.
Very nice.
That was my song I wrote.
That's great.
Awesome.
That was so good.
Really
Yeah.
good.